Sunday waves make spaces all the time, and I'm wondering what I call my own. Man, I'm starting to get bad allergies, and I don't even really get allergies. It's all that cedar, right? All that mountain cedar. Dude, I've been noticing a lot, like my algorithm of stories that I've been getting off the news. I just feel like they're trying to tug at my heartstrings, right? Like I saw a story that says a dog mother of 5 was sheltering itself and its 5 puppy dogs from the elements, and a lawnmower ran over them, and now they're all in critical condition. Like, who the fuck calls the news station and is like, man, have I got a story for you? I just ran over a bunch of dogs with a lawnmower. You come fucking report on that. Like, and then some news reporter is just like, I'm right there. I'm there with that. Like, the story's literally just made to make a person feel bad for the day. And it's not even like world news. It's just some local sad news that affects no one. It just wants you to fucking start your day, your cup of coffee, feeling sad. I'm pretty sure the world could have gone without hearing a story like that. But oh well, I guess that's why we have slow news days, right? I mean, Ukraine can't be borrowing money from us all the time. Did you see the rest of that Andrew Tate stuff getting spicier and spicier? Apparently, those cheeky Romanian police bastards had seized all his Bugattis or whatever supercars he has, which is surprising because I think a lot of people thought he didn't legit own those cars. Like, you know, oh, he's leasing them, or maybe he's just getting them from garages and make it look like he is, you know. But if they're actually being seized, I don't know, maybe he does own them. That's pretty impressive. But I don't know, I feel like it's pointless. I don't know why you would need so many cars. It's like having so many pairs of shoes. Like, you only need 2 shoes because you have 2 feet. Like, if you want to have multiple shoes, go ahead and buy more feet, you know. I also saw an article stating that Andrew Tate's sex cam girls were branded with a tattoo on them that say owned by Tate, which again, if that was all done with consent, I really don't see the big deal. You know, those girls are adults. They're allowed to make their own decisions. At least we can hope, right, that is their decision. I don't know. You know, I'm just reporting and talking shit about it. What a waste, though. They didn't brand his sex cam workers as Tater's Tots, right? Is that that's a good joke? And then he could have a tattoo of a little tater tot on their lower back, you know, with the tramp stamp, with his weird shaped head, with his weird ears, you know. I hurt myself today to see if I can feel. Dude, did y'all see that video here in Texas? I believe it was in Houston. I ended up reading of a taqueria being robbed by a dude in like a mask at gunpoint. And when the robber looked like, I don't know, it looked like he was about to leave, like take his leave with the money of the customers. Some like dude just pulled out a gun and super quick and shot the fuck out of him. And I mean literally shot the fuck out of him. Like, he shot him maybe 4 times, and then the man went down, and his gun like had already kind of fallen out of his hands. And while the robber was down, that Samaritan, I don't even want to call him a good Samaritan. I mean, he did the right thing, but he shot him like 5 more times. Like, bro, he's already dead. I'm pretty sure he's already dead, you know. The motherfucker emptied the whole clip on this robber. And yeah, I think this good Samaritan was like dreaming of this day, you know, since he had gotten that gun and that license. He's like, man, I'm going to take advantage of this moment. When is there any other time you get to shoot a man dead and it be legal, you know? And I mean, yeah, that's what the robber deserves, especially trying to rob these people with a gun, ruining them eating tacos. I would hate if I was eating my fucking 3 bacon and egg tacos for $3.99 deal at a restaurant, and some motherfucker just came in and robbed me. Like, dude, I'm eating these like they're on sale. I bought the special. I do not have money to blow to give to you, especially with force, you know, let alone the homeless people that are always begging me for money outside of those. I'm not about, well, I wouldn't want to give it to a robber, you know, but I feel like with that video being public like it is, the comments are gonna be like, "Did he really have to shoot him so many times? Couldn't he just aim for his legs?" Like, what the fuck? This isn't Terminator 2. We're not asking him, John Connor, asking fucking the T2 to do non-lethal takedowns and shit. Speaking of Terminator 2, real quick, the actor that played the psychiatrist, who was always hating on Sarah Connor, died. Right? That sucks. He's a pretty good actor. It's pretty good. Rest in peace, guy from Terminator 2. But yeah, I'm all about that shooting at that taqueria. I mean, you'll see it on Twitter if you haven't yet. It's pretty brutal. I mean, there's no blood in it. You know, it's PG in that sense. But yeah, it's like, okay. And I just saw there was a school shooting, but with a twist. Hear me out. A 6-year-old brought a gun to school and shot his teacher. And I'm trying to think of what reason I would have had if my teacher pissed me off to actually like want to shoot my teacher. Like maybe if she took away my Tech Deck skateboard that I'd been like playing, you know, on my desk and grinding my history book with or whatever, doing a 50-50 shove it and shit. Some nollie heel flips. Or maybe if I was like playing with my Digimon monster because I had been neglecting it all morning and it had a lot of poop all over the screen. So I was trying to clean it all up and then my teacher had seen me and took it away. I think that deserves a bullet. Because, yeah, I'm not about to give you my Digimon and you kill my fucking monster. Speaking of old kid stuff, or me back when, I remember I used to watch, y'all remember that show Drake and Josh? The actor, not Josh. Josh is all kind of clean and boring now, but the actor Drake Bell seems to be going through like a bunch of shit lately. A little bit more recently, looks like his wife is divorcing him. He's going to rehab. I'm like, okay, too bad. A while back, I had read that he had changed his name and moved to Mexico and was hiding out down there, hiding out in Mexico to escape like police custody for something he did. And I'm assuming it's child grooming, right? Like, I mean, allegedly, but I'm assuming because I feel like all these celebrities we grew up with are just into child grooming now, huh? I know Chris D'Elia's in the news again for doing it. Like, come on, Chris, you got to learn that at 18 years old, those girls are legal, but they're just as dumb as a 16-year-old. Like, why don't you just go after that? Like, it's easier. I don't know. It's legal. I'm saying, like, the same with boys. If you happen to swing that way and you're into boys, like 18 is the same as 16. Actually, boys are pretty stupid up until they're 21 years old. So if you do swing that way, you have like way more years of a difference, you know? So I don't know, whatever. I'm not about trying to give pedophiles advice because their minds are just fucked up. They don't know, you know, some wires in there aren't connected right? Can we all just agree on that? Oh boy, did I see the Mega Million prize had gone up to over $1 billion like some Dr. Evil fucking type shit, man. And I'm not, if I'm not feeling so anxious, I'd like to go buy a ticket. And if I could win $1 billion, fuck, I'll just do this podcast full time, nonstop for all you people out there in the radio land. Because honestly, I feel like my jobs have to hear about my podcast at some point, and maybe not like my viewpoints and opinions very much on things. Not that it affects my job performance or anything, but that's been going around a lot, right? Like I heard of the company Limited Run Games, and they make physical. Hold on. I sneezed more than 4 times. You don't need to say bless you. The limit's 3 in my eyes, but yeah, Limited Run Games, they make like limited editions of video games, physical, right, with bonuses like soundtracks and statues and shit like that. Well, apparently one of their female employees on the Twitter followed that account, Libs of TikTok, which if you haven't seen that, they just make fun of the radical left, which in all honesty is not that hard to make fun of those people on the left when they make fun of themselves and they make themselves constantly look like fools, you know? But I could say the exact same thing about people on the right because they're just as foolish. Again, I'm the kind of person that loves being right in the middle. I'm the bastard middle child who just likes laughing at these people argue over things that really don't affect anything in their lives anyways, you know? But back to that chick that followed that account. I feel bad for her though. You should be able to follow any accounts you want on the Twitter as long as it's your personal account, not a business account. You know, why should that affect what you do professionally? You know, whether I follow a tall woman from OnlyFans or whether I follow a person who just does Steve Urkel quotes of the day, or an account that is just a gif of a Japanese dude saying that it's Friday in California. You know, when you have people attacking you and trying to cancel you, not for your opinions, but the opinions of others that you support, the world just doesn't seem like worth living in, does it? But then again, the people who do love cancel culture are kind of running out of people to cancel, so they're really grasping at straws at this point. But believe me, I feel there should be a point where I might get canceled, and I hope you, my fans, tell everyone the disclaimer that I always say, that I'm a sick man, not well in the head, so they can give me a pass. Or will they just be like, do not pass go, do not collect $200? Oh, and I'm going to shout out the Patreon too. I just put up an exclusive episode on there only for Patreon when my anxiety had like me at an all-time low, and I was documenting how I felt using, you know, the recording as sort of a beacon to others to help people with, you know, the same crippling anxiety and depression that don't want to necessarily fight those battles alone, you know. So yeah, if you want to hear that sad shit, subscribe to my Patreon, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. And thank you to the newest Patreon members, Bob and Michael. I appreciate the support from y'all and all of the other patrons. But yeah, I guess that's it for today, guys. Tell me what you would get in trouble for at school, and why you might have taken a gun to school to shoot your teacher, you know. I remember having a guy put games on my TI-83, and my teacher took that shit away from me, and I was playing some like Tetris rip-off game, and I remember that super pissing me off. Like, bitch, that calculator cost my parents like $200. You better give that shit back to me now. I need it to play games on, not to do algebra. And tell me how your news algorithm is catered to you all. Does it just give you sad fucking stories from the world too? I think mine is at a point that it gives me like shootings and really bad traffic accidents. So yeah, I think mine's perfect. I enjoy it very much. And are you on Andrew Tate's side, or are you on the side of the Matrix? No. If he really did do all that shit, then yes, he should have his day in court. But if he's just being held there because the left or whoever his anti-fans are love canceling more people for their free thinking, no matter how ridiculous it is. I mean, come on. What's the point of the Constitution if we can't just say these things we want to say, right? And they're not necessarily hurting anyone at all. But yeah, thanks again, y'all. I'm going to go try to win the Mega Millions and entertain y'all forever. So take care. Bye.